Hey guys, me, Mr. Tacker, sitting in cat heaven. Whatever. Good to see you today. Thanks for being here. Got a short little video for you today to think about and to kind of prepare you for your exercises today. Mr. Jones, thank you so much for filling in for me while I'm gone. And I'm going to ask you in just a few moments to take out that discussion guide and lead us in a discussion over some of these things I'm going to talk about. Some of you have mentioned that you've read the article on 7c's of history. I'm excited about that article. I really think that's a good article, and I really want you to read it because it is the foundation for this class and understanding the Bible. I think when we understand the 7c's of history, it allows us to put events that happened in the history, or even in the future in our case, put them in a category so that we know when in the history of time they occurred. Some of you who read the article will know the first one is creation. And today we're going to talk a little bit more about creation. Then comes corruption, the fall of Adam and Eve. And then catastrophe, the flood. After the flood, the confusion over the languages in Genesis chapter 11, which results in the people being spread out and the different ethnic groups that we see today in languages were being developed. After the confusion comes the birth of Christ, and then the cross, which is obviously the cross, and which we are now living under the cross because we've not yet reached the last C, which is the consummation, when Jesus comes again. Those are the 7c's of history. Go ahead and read that article if you haven't done it already. And for those that are in the sophomores, juniors, and senior class, the blog is now prepared and ready for you to post. So you can go ahead and do that. I don't know this cat's name, but he doesn't like me very much. But he's kind of fat. All he does is lay around all day. Go back to your little. Whoa! You're so heavy you're breaking your house. Anyway, okay. So where was I? Oh, I want you to write these 3 things down. 3 things I want you to write down today before you go into your discussion of the 7c's. The first thing I want you to write down. Would you please take out a piece of paper? Okay, thank you. Give him a piece of paper. He forgot his notebook. Next time, bring your paper. All right, the first thing I want you to write down, number 1, big number 1, is that God is above all time. We're talking about 7c's, the 7c's of history, not C's like water C's, but the 7c's of history, that God is over all the time. He is all the time over time. He is over all time. He's all the time. He's got all the time in the world. He is beyond time. The first thing I want you to write down is that God is above all time. He's eternal. That means he has no beginning. He has no end. Okay? Let me get my notes here. I make sure I say everything right. In Revelations 4:8, it says, "Holy, holy, holy is the Lord God Almighty, who was and is to come." He is all of those things altogether. Now the second thing, am I going too fast? I'll wait. Okay, the second thing is God's plan flows through history. As you look at the 7c's, you're going to see God's plan flow all through history. He's in charge of what's happening throughout time. This is contrary to what some you may have studied in our American history anyway, is the concept of deism. That God is not in control. He created the world, left it spinning, and doesn't have a way of interacting with us today, other than through the laws of nature. Okay? I don't believe in deism, and we'll talk more in depth in our junior class because, again, the junior year is the most difficult year in Bible. It's just a lot of fun, but it's a lot of work. God is in control of everything that happens in time. Remember, God's plan flows through history. Now, I guess a verse of that You can write down Jeremiah 23, 23 through 24. It says, "Am I only a God nearby, declares the Lord, and not a God far away? Can anyone hide in secret places so that I cannot see him, declares the Lord? Do I not fill heaven and earth, declares the Lord?" He's like, hey, dude, I'm here all the time. I'm all around. I care about you. I want to be involved in your life. So just remember, God's in control. He's beyond all time. God's plan flows through history. And then lastly, last thing I want you to write down is, God will end the earth in His time and cause His disciples to live with Him forever. You got that? God will call an end to time. God will end all time when it's His time. And then when it's His time, He will call His disciples to live with Him forever. See, God's in control of time. His plan flows through time. And in the end, God still has time, even when we don't. Jesus is coming back, and He's going to claim those that belong to Him. And He'll bring those up to be with God forever. And you can look at 1 Thessalonians 4, 16 through 17, as it says, we will rise to meet the Lord in the air. Just summarize that. So, those three things I want you to have a concept of as we enter into our Bible class time. Starting next week, we're going to be doing a couple of different things. 8th grade is going to jump into the Old Testament. 10th grade is going to jump into Acts. 11th grade is going to jump into Worldview. And 12th grade is going to get married. No, not yet. You're not going to get married, but you're going to be finding your way. We're going to be talking about dating and those kinds of things. So I'm excited about the year. I'm excited. Tomorrow I have a quiz again. And I'm speaking in chapel, so I'm a little nervous. All these scholars up here, and I'm not. And then Saturday, I have my final, which will probably take me about 4 hours. Still got to read those books, but I'm going to read them. I read one today. I read a whole book in about 3 hours today. Awesome. And it's probably the cats. They inspire me. And so that's so I'll be back there on Monday. Again, thank you, Mr. Jones, for coming in and sitting with these guys. Hope they haven't been too much trouble. And if they have, you'll write down their name. And as soon as I get back, I'll come after them. I'll take them out. You know what I mean? You don't mess with me Monday night at the Coliseum. Yeah. I'm sorry. That's my ultra personality coming out there. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know where that came from. Scratch that. Edit that out of the video. Cats, say meow. I don't care. Well, see you guys. Love you. Miss you.